Well, Cameron, thank you for joining us. We are back. You have made your reappearance. We've missed you while you're gone. We got Trent gone today as he has a really good reason. He's got himself a brand new baby boy.
It's all right.
And he's looking good. We got a future potential Eagles fan coming, but we've missed you.
It's a rough day to be an Eagles fan today.
Today is a rough day. Maybe it's because he wasn't able to support his team like he normally does. But they lost. They're still 4-1, but they are now
Broncos.
no longer undefeated. But how you been, Cameron?
I've been all right.
Yeah?
Had some fun things go on in my life. New job, all that sort of stuff. So
It's good to have you back. We miss you. We love having you on. This is now we're recording here before the night game on Sunday night, but we're in week 5. A lot of things have happened, a lot of crazy things we'll get into. One of the things that we're going through right now is trying to figure out who is starting to separate themselves and who is not. There's a bunch of craziness. Maybe we'll get into the Ravens and their debacle of a season thus far. A whole bunch of things. But as of time we're recording this, we have of these teams, we have the Bills still undefeated. The Steelers haven't played yet, so they're 3-1. The Colts are 4-1. The Eagles are 4-1. The Lions are 4-1. The Bucks are 4-1, and the 49ers are 4-1. I'm going to leave the Bills out of it since they're undefeated.
yeah.
Okay. Of those teams, Steelers, Colts, Eagles, Lions, Bucks, 49ers, who do you have at the bottom and go to the top? And I can do my rankings if you want me to go first.
I'm gonna just do a top 3 and bottom 3 in no specific order.
Okay.
Because
That's fine.
I think 3 of those teams are like legit contenders,
Okay.
and the other 3 are sort of pretenders.
Okay. I actually agree with you.
So I have the Eagles.
Yep.
I have the Bucks.
Yep.
And I have, what was the other teams?
Lions.
Lions, yeah,
That-
the
that-
Lions.
they're-
Those 3 are the only contenders in that group of 6. The Steelers, I don't think they have enough.
Yeah.
They'll make the playoffs. They'll go 500. They always do. But they're like, it is almost impossible to have an NFL season without the Steelers making the playoffs,
And losing in the first
especially having Mike Tomlin as a head coach.
round.
He just somehow always finds a way.
Yep. What do you think of Rodgers? He's playing better this year.
He's okay, but he's old.
Yeah,
he's old. He doesn't have. He can't. He's not mobile.
Do you
at
think
all.
he'll make it through the season?
Yeah, I don't think he can like actually get injured, like genuinely. I think he's like, I don't know, some sort of dark magic. He's like got a protective spell. Did you hear about him at the Ireland game? Apparently, and this is confirmed. He did say this. He played that entire game drunk. He showed up to the game drunk.
No.
Yeah, he confirmed that he played that entire game drunk.
No way.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's great.
There's
I love
no-
it. It's like it's old NFL,
This
you
is
know?
like
It's
the
just
80s,
yeah, old
basketball
NFL. You
cocaine.
just show up and you're just, you're high or you're drunk and you go out there and you play a game and, knock some heads around and it's good old-fashioned football.
I don't think you want your quarterback hammered.
If it's
before a
Aaron
game.
Rodgers, I don't know if I care. I'd rather him be drunk than like in a different dimension.
Yeah, he's been in that different
Yeah.
dimension many times in a hut.
Yeah,
down
I would
below.
much rather him just be
He's
drunk.
playing good. Okay, so you have, of the bottom 3, let's just look at the bottom 3.
Yeah.
So you would have the Colts,
Yeah.
the Steelers, and the 49ers in the
Yes.
bottom 3. Who's
Yes.
at the bottom of that? Or are they
Um,
all kind of similar?
I think they all have very big ifs.
Yeah.
Like they all have like one major if. For the Steelers, it's if, to be honest, it's if DK Metcalf stays healthy. If DK Metcalf gets injured, their offense is gone. They have nothing.
TJ Watts gets injured, they're done.
Yes and no. I mean, they're very balanced in their ways. So yes, if one major player on one side of the ball gets injured, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
But I would say DK is probably the more impactful player in that situation. TJ's been there longer, but Mike Tomlin knows what to do with his defense. Even if one player's out, he can still make things work.
Yeah.
He's not as very good offensively, and I think he leans heavily on Aaron Rodgers to run the offense.
Yeah.
And so if Aaron Rodgers loses his major weapon, I think he will sort of fall apart, kind of in like his last couple of years, where he didn't have the weapons and he didn't play as well. And then for the Colts, it's if Indiana Jones keeps going the way he's going, I mean,
Isn't that crazy?
I'll give credit where credit's due. He's playing great.
Yeah.
I just don't know how long.
Sustainability.
Yeah, I don't know how long he'll keep it up. It was like last year with Darnold and the Vikings.
Yeah.
Like it was fun to watch and you were rooting for him, but at the same time you knew it wasn't going to last.
Yeah.
And so I just can't see that going long term
Fair enough.
and being like real contenders. But if it does,
Yeah.
good for him,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be upset if the Colts make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers. It's the same story every single year.
It is.
If they're not healthy, they can't win games.
What did you talk about? Black magic or whatever?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
are.
They have the opposite of that.
So the 49ers, this is what they've gone through. They're supposed to be number one receiver, Ayuk, who's still out because he tore everything in his leg.
Mm-hmm.
And he maybe is coming back in 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 10 weeks, maybe not.
Yeah.
I mean, he's spaghetti noodle leg.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's your one.
Yeah.
Then Pearsall, who was shot last year, was out again last game.
Yeah.
And he's played really well, but he was out.
Mm-hmm.
Jawan Jennings, who's your third, he's out.
Mm-hmm.
Your fourth was supposed to be, Robinson, who was gone the first 3 weeks because of a drinking and driving that he had with the Rams before.
Yeah.
So he missed the first 3 games. Cowing hasn't played a game yet. He is their fifth, and hamstring hasn't played. Our sixth is Watkins. He's been out. You also have Kittle out. They're insane. I don't know. They won.
Did you see though that your current receiving core have Super Bowl rings?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
there's all Super Bowl winners.
Because you've got the
MVS.
the Chiefs who have given up on they don't even have great receivers at the Chiefs, and they didn't want them, but the 49ers
I'm so bummed that we got rid of MVS.
Yeah.
I really liked him as a player. I think I thought he was a really good role player. But
I'll just work up. So the 49ers, my thoughts. I don't want to be, I'm a fan. Okay, so I look through rose-colored glasses a little bit. I admit it. But I also don't want to overreact too much and too little because teams are like, oh, the 49ers. I've heard so many people say, maybe they're a Super Bowl, blah, blah, blah. So here's the thing. They won.
Yeah.
But this is how they won their last game against the Rams. Now, they do always beat the Rams. But they beat the Rams.
Yeah.
They had a blocked extra point.
Yeah.
And it went into overtime. That was a big. The Rams missed a field goal.
Yeah.
On top of that, they fumbled at the 1 foot line. The Rams did.
Yeah.
That we got back. There were multiple balls that were batted around that went to the ground. The week before, they were interceptions against the 49ers. This time, we just got lucky and they bounced in the.
Yeah.
Matt Stafford, who last couple of years hasn't played as good, this year is playing really good. He threw it to wide open people that were wide open and decided to not catch the ball.
Yeah.
We had everything in that game, almost everything go well.
And you still almost lost.
And we had our kicker who wasn't even in the league.
Yeah.
We finally got rid of Moody. He comes in the league, makes a 59-yard field goal, and ricochets another one in. So I don't want to overreact to where we're at.
No,
we're
it was
fortunate.
It was by the skin of your teeth.
We were
sure.
very fortunate to win that game. And then was the Colts. If we talk about the Colts, I think they're in the easiest division out there, and good on them that they're doing it. But I think they're not a legit, to me, contender. They're going to have to show this for a long period of time. The Steelers are very fortunate that the Ravens are dismantled and hurt, and they're squeaking by some wins. So good for you, Craig. Yeah. We're happy for you. I don't know that they'll be there at the end, but they're playing well right now. I agree with you. The Bucks, the Eagles, and the Colts. I would put the Eagles at number 1 until somebody beats them, but they aren't looking like they're blowing everybody away. In fact, they could have lost a few games.
I I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts. I think if anything, Jalen Hurts slows that team down.
Do you think it's what do you think? So AJ Brown, there's a lot of controversy with AJ Brown. Do you think it's much ado about nothing, or do you think there's something there because he's not getting balls as much?
I think Jalen
Hurts or AJ Brown?
AJ Brown. Sorry, my
That's okay.
brain went to basketball. I think AJ Brown said something to either coaching staff or other players about Jalen Hurts, and it could have been as simple as like him liking a post on Instagram. You know, that's how a lot of these nowadays these stupid locker room drama things happen, and I have never been super big on Jalen Hurts. I think he's good. Don't get me wrong. I think he's a good quarterback. I just don't think he's elite. I think a lot of the times, especially this year, it seems he cracks under pressure when it comes to throwing. He doesn't trust himself to throw the ball, and he just resorts to running. And I think it shows on a lot of his playing, especially this year, where the pocket starts collapsing, and instead of trying to escape the pocket and throw another ball or maybe give himself some more time to throw, he just takes off. And then you're hurting yourself because you're taking hits or you're only getting 6 yards. I mean, 6 yards is good, but I don't know. And then they just run that stupid tush push all the time. It just like they're just spamming it, and it's like you gotta like. I like that they didn't ban it. I don't think that's right that they ban a play, but I do like that the refs are cracking down on it pretty hard, like keeping a good eye on it. Because if you rewatch some of these tush pushes, there's people off sides, there's people jumping. You got people like the play is messy. It works, but
They had a genius play last week that they did. I don't know if you saw it. So they were lined up for the tush push, and then they just gave it to Barkley, and he ran around the side, and he's wide open. That was a genius play. Whereas a legit running play, and the other team wasn't ready for it. That was pretty good. So you don't have. So who would you say is the top of the non-Bills between the Eagles, Lions, and Bucks? The Bucks have squeaked out games. The Lions had one rough loss, but they've had some good wins too. So who would you say? Or who do you think will be there in the end?
I want to say the Bucks. I really like the Bucks. I'm high on the Bucks. I like how they look. The receiving core looks good.
Yeah,
especially really Mbuka. He looks really good.
The receiving core.
He's already playing at a high level right out of the jump. And it helps when you have a quarterback that like just doesn't give up. He doesn't like Baker's that guy,
Yeah, so I will say this, because I talked about this before in the past with Baker, how they gave up on him in Cleveland, and then he was okay in Carolina. Not great, just okay.
Yeah.
And they gave him a new start. And sometimes a new start, the right setting and everything's good. But I have become a Baker fan. And so I'm not a guy. A lot of these people will sit there and they make an opinion and they feel like they have to stick with that opinion forever because it's stubbornness.
Yeah.
So what I've seen from him, he came in cocky and he was humbled. Yeah. And he is a much different person. There's a lot of things. I think he is he was always been competitive and talented.
Yeah.
He's always been that. But I just see a different person. I've become a big Baker fan.
Yeah.
I'm at a different place than I was. And I have to say, I think there's a top 4 or 5, top 3 to 5 quarterbacks I think that are clearly here. And then there's a big circle with maybe 12 quarterbacks that are, you could argue whatever.
Yeah.
Baker has went from the bottom of that maybe tier towards the top of that second tier.
Yeah.
And he's been consistent. And they've done a good job. They're not only giving him receivers, they've got a decent offensive line, they got a good running back. But even if you have talent, you can still blow it or whatever.
Yeah.
And he is making the most of it. So I'm proud of I'm a Baker guy now. And I say good on him.
He's fun to watch.
And yeah, and I love, one of my favorite things is, my favorite movies are true story movies where there's redemption. When I see a guy fall down and get up respectfully, there's nothing better than that. And that's what I see with Baker.
Yeah.
I feel like a guy, he could have quit. A lot of quarterbacks, number one picks that go through adversity don't. That's why it's cool seeing Danny Dimes doing, he's early on. He's early on. Sam Darnold came back and did better.
Yeah, he's doing
Gino
good.
did better.
He's
There's different,
but
but Baker has gone to a whole nother level.
Yeah, Baker. I mean, I think Baker's just showing that he's been elite. He just needed the right, like he needed coaching that was going to fit with his play style.
Yeah.
The Browns wanted him to be a Browns quarterback, and it's almost impossible to find a Browns quarterback that fits with their program. They don't really exist.
The Browns are just they're like the 49ers injuries. The Browns are a place to go to fail.
The Browns
it's a disaster.
It's I can't imagine being a Browns fan.
Yeah.
I don't know what that sort of
pain is like.
Shamefulness that is.
Oh my gosh.
To be associated with that team.
Yeah. It's a disaster.
If you're a fan of the Browns, I'll pray for you.
Yeah,
because
they need. I hope you have another sport that you do better at.
And I hope it's not a Cleveland
team.
Yeah. Just leave Cleveland.
Okay, so I want to just talk about, so in this week of what just happened in the game, the most bizarre game, and if I was a Cardinals fan, which I'm not, thankfully, what happened to them is they have this game. They're up 2 touchdowns, game's over, and their third running back, now backup running back, who's actually more splitting times right now. Connor's out for the season, so he's in there. Gets a 71-yard touchdown. And this is the second week. It's happened back-to-back. I think it happened in the Colts game last year or last week.
It wasn't.
But
yeah, it was. What was his name?
What was it? The Colts last week?
Emery something.
Yeah, this week, Amari Demarcado or Demarcado.
Something like that, yeah.
So he just lets go of the ball as the guy tries to take a swipe at it.
Yeah.
Why you would do this early is remarkable at the NFL level.
Because it's ingrained in your brain from college, because you're not allowed to celebrate with the football.
Yeah.
And you see it a lot happen in college games where they just let go of the ball right before the goal line.
He does it. They overrule it. Now it's a fumble, right? So not only do they not go up 3 touchdowns, Tennessee gets it. Cam Ward immediately throws like a 47-yard completion to Ridley or whatever, and then they go down and score. They get the ball back. Go down and they're about to score again, and you're like, oh, interception. Cardinals get the ball. Cardinal defensive back falls to the ground without being touched, fumbles the ball at the 5-yard line. It bounces back to another Cardinals player who swipes at the ball, chucks it like 4 feet, hits another person, ends up in the end zone, and who gets it? The Titans. They're still down.
Yeah.
Then they get the ball back, come back, make a field goal. That is as brutal of a loss if you're a Cardinals fan. And you have the Rams doing well, the 49ers doing well, the Seahawks doing well, and the Cardinals that was brutal. That was brutal.
I think it's okay because I don't know if there are Cardinals fans.
They don't exist.
So I don't know if that's a huge loss on that front.
Those 6 people are depressed.
Yeah, they're going through it right now. I think it just comes down to just being lazy. Something that stuck with me a lot when I was growing up and playing sports was we would play, like, take for instance in basketball, and we're up, let's say, I don't know, 20 at half. We come in the locker room and we're all like excited, we're happy, and we're thinking like, okay, we can relax a little bit because we have a lead. And something my coach would always say is like, you got to keep the foot on the gas.
Right.
Like, keep the foot on the gas. He always said this, which is a little extra, but he would say, don't take your foot off their neck.
Yeah.
Like don't let them up.
Right.
Don't
give them hope. Don't give them life.
Yeah. Like keep your foot on their neck.
Yeah.
Don't let them get up. Like keep pounding them down. And sort of keeping that mindset of, you want to win and you want to just increase the score and you don't want to let them come back and you don't want to get into this like relaxed stance. And that's what happens. And then you make stupid decisions and you throw the game away.
So there was this game,
and I mean, it also goes to Tennessee respect there to not give up. Being down 2 scores.
Yeah,
and I don't know how much time was left.
That's character to come back in a fourth quarter like that and to do their thing and win at the end of the game. So we'll come back to the NFL, but something happened here recently in college football. I think it was last week, so forgive me if I'm wrong. Do you know anybody that like gambles in sports and like put some decent money down where it's like, okay, that's a decent amount of money.
Not big chunks of money.
Okay.
No, I know people that do.
So I went
parlays.
I went and used to play basketball, and on a Saturday morning I asked a guy, I saw him out at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, you going to play basketball today?" And he goes, "No." And he was totally depressed. And he was depressed because he had bet his 2-week paycheck on a high school football game in Camas or something, came back. And I was like, I felt, part of me was like, that is so dumb. But then I felt so bad.
Oh, I don't feel bad.
But I'm like, well, I felt bad because you would feel like that your decision making is so poor. So last week, I always think of this guy, and I just saw him, and I was like, this is so dumb. This is such a dumb decision. You have no control. It's one thing. I think it's still foolish. But if I was to bet on myself to do a race under 7 minutes and I trained for it, it's kind of up to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not saying that, I'm not advocating gambling because I wouldn't do it. But when you bet on something you have no control over. So last week, there was a college football team and the spread was 5.
Yeah.
The game was a 6-point game and a team had the ball with a 6-point lead.
Yeah.
With 6 seconds to go.
Yeah.
At the 30-yard line.
And
the game's
they snapped
over.
The ball.
They snapped the ball.
And the quarterback.
And he ran it backwards.
Into the end zone.
And he ran into the end zone, got a safety on purpose. Now it's a 5-point game. And so they win.
No, it's a 4-point game.
Yeah. So now it's a 4-point. So you lose the spread.
Yeah.
And I thought, there's people that have gambled serious money on that. And it just, I would hope that people would go, why?
Oh no, people don't. That's not how sport betting people work. It's just on to the next.
It's like, why do you do that? Like the depression that would follow has got to be not even close to the high of the win. I think the high of the win would be short, and the depression would be. Would stay with you.
I think you'd be surprised. I would say like a good 80%, maybe 85%. Of sports bettors are rarely betting more, like in a weekend, more than say $30. Most of the time they're doing these big 12-leg parlays and they're putting in like $4 to win like 20 grand, and it's these crazy parlays that like you in your brain that you're not going to win. And you're also okay with losing $4.
Yeah.
But the possible payout is crazy.
Right.
So you throw it out there and you're just like, whatever. If it hits, it hits,
Yeah.
And then there's sometimes where it hits the first 4 legs and you're like, okay, I just made $600. I'm going to just pull it now.
Yeah.
Or you see some people and they're like, well, I'm just going to let the whole thing play out because you never know. Why quit early? And at worst case scenario, I'm out $4. So
one of the cooler things that I saw was on a Tonight Show or something. Nicolas Cage said years ago he was gambling.
Yeah.
And he was at Atlantic City, or no, I can't remember. Anyway, it was some big casino, and he won, and he kept winning. He said whatever number I would say would come up, and it was crazy. He won $20,000.
Yeah.
And he said he cashed it, and he said the next morning he went to the Boys and Girls Club, I believe is a Boys and Girls Club or some organization, and he donated it all.
Yeah.
And he said He said, I've never gambled since. He goes, I wanted to have that moment be a special moment and never have it tainted. That was a cool ending, but I always think of these things when I see these lines and people losing. And I think over things, Now, I want to get back to the NFL real quick. Okay. The biggest surprise in the NFL to me is the Baltimore Ravens. They were supposed to be a Super Bowl, and it's not over because it's early in the season, but they have 9 Pro Bowlers that didn't play today. All their Pro Bowlers are out. It's hard to win when you have that many people. Yeah. But how surprised are you about the Ravens? Because there was a game last week. It was the Ravens and the Chiefs, and it was 2 teams that weren't doing very well. And it's like one team is going to end up being in a horrible place, which ended up being the Ravens.
Very clearly, yeah.
Yeah. So
this is the second week.
Do you think they'll come back? That
No.
Lamar was gone, he didn't play. Do you think they're done?
I think they were done from week 2 when Lamar strained his hamstring or whatever. Because Lamar was just about the only thing keeping that team moving. And there's multiple teams that are like that right now. I think if the Bills lose Josh Allen, they don't win a single game.
Right.
I think the Bengals, clearly, they lost Joe Burrow. And they will not win a single game.
They are horrible.
I think there's multiple teams in the NFL right now that if they lost their starting quarterback, they would not be able to win a game.
Yeah.
I also think that Harbaugh is not very good.
You don't think John Harbaugh is? Okay.
He has had 3 seasons, right? 3? Just the last, he's been there the last 3.
Are you talking about AFC Championship games?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they've lost every single one.
Yeah.
He can't get the job done. And I don't know how much of that falls on the players versus the coaching, but I think both play a big factor. And unfortunately, I think at this point, Lamar's only going to recess. I think he's only going to get worse from here. I think he's hit his peak.
The problem with a running quarterback, he's been great, but if you lose your legs, you're
done.
Yeah. When a quarterback that's somewhat mobile but can throw, I'm not trying to say he can't throw, but he
can throw.
What makes him separates him is his run.
Yeah.
Running ability, and obviously with a hamstring you're toast there.
Yeah, and I just they have a lot of old their team's fairly old. Like Zay Flowers, and he's in his 3rd year, I think, or 2nd.
Henry.
Derrick Henry's getting up there for a running back.
Yeah, he's way past the average running
he's
back.
up there for a running back.
I thought he would have been done a couple years ago. He's been remarkable.
I think he should have retired after his Triple Crown season.
He's actually,
because he's only recessed from
surprising.
There.
All right.
I think Saquon should have retired last year too, because he kind of sucks this year. He does. He also just doesn't have a chance to touch the ball, because before even they run these QB options. The Eagles run these QB options, and they have Jalen keep the ball.
Yeah.
Give it to. What are we doing? Give it to Saquon Barkley. Yeah. That's his job, is to run the ball. But instead, you put your quarterback on the line, and you throw him out there because you want to, I almost wonder if Jalen is wanting to prove to people that, he's a good quarterback. And all he's doing is hurting himself.
So, early on in the season, do you have the Bills in the Super Bowl as of right now? Obviously, injuries and everything will change anything. But right now, do you think they're the best team in the AFC, or would you say, do you think the Chiefs will come back? And they're not far.
I think as of right now, the Bills are the better team. But I think if we really are real with ourselves, we're gonna get a Chiefs wild card, and they're gonna make it.
So you think the Chiefs will,
at least the AFC Championship?
But do you think who do you think will be in the Super Bowl AFC right now? Your early prediction, and you're not held to this. It's okay to say the Chiefs for the 10th time.
It'll depend, because we're gonna have Rashee Rice come back.
Oh yeah,
and then we'll have we'll have a full wide receiver room again. I think the Chiefs will make it.
Okay,
again.
so the Chiefs in the NFC, who do you have? Do you think
that's a little tougher?
Lions, Eagles, Bucks?
I'm gonna hope for the Bucks.
Okay,
I want to see the Bucks in the Super Bowl.
I would.
I think if I'm being genuinely honest, though,
yeah.
If once the Packers get healthy, their wide receivers come back, I think they have a chance.
The Packers have the team.
They have.
If they put it together, they're the ones. They have the best team in the league, in my opinion.
Clearly,
if Micah can play like he is supposed to play, and with the receivers, and Love is he's in that bubble where he can be really good, or he can cost you some games. But he has the talent, the receivers. They have the running back. They have a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
So would you say? Do you think it'll be?
I
Green
would
Bay
say.
in the end?
I would say probably the Bucks, but in the back of my mind, I would hope the Packers.
So next week, the Bucks and the 49ers play.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think no matter whoever wins, it doesn't matter to me. It's too because the 49ers they're a shell of whatever they'll be anyway.
You guys have Mac Jones.
So I don't anyway, but it's early. But I like what I see at the Bucks. But I would think Green Bay is legit, and it's hard to argue against the Eagles until somebody does knock them out. All right, last week. A horrific. I never want to see somebody get hurt.
Yeah,
I've seen a ton of memes that were made me laugh a little bit. But Tyreek Hill, just obliterates his leg.
Yeah,
right?
which
is horrible.
He had the same injury that I did.
Yeah,
same literally the same exact injury.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
So it's terrible. He had a very odd reaction, and he's gotten a lot of scrutiny for his reaction because he looked like he was like as happy as can be.
Yeah.
Like, I never have to play for either Mike McDaniel or Tua. I never have to catch a pass from Tua.
Yeah.
Or if it was just nervous energy and it was just because when you have trauma, people react uniquely.
Oh yeah.
I saw a whole bunch of memes that showed him in the hospital and all the nurses, and they were all pregnant. So I saw these that were terrible.
All right.
But anyway, what do you think about Tyreek Hill? What is your thoughts? Do you think was it just nervous energy and he was trying to say I'm going to be okay and it's all right and I don't have to, or was he glad that cool, I don't have to be in this uniform again? What are your thoughts? How did you interpret that?
I think as someone who has had that same injury, it hurts for maybe 30 seconds in the moment. Like the first 30 seconds hurt a lot. And then your adrenaline kicks in. You don't feel anything.
Okay.
My adrenaline kicked in and I was just sitting there, cracking jokes, I called my mom and told her what happened, and she was right before I had left for the game initially, she was like, "Don't hurt yourself."
Oh.
And I said, "No promises." And I called her. And she said, "Hello?" And I said, "Well, I didn't break my promise." She's like, "What did you do?" So it's one of those things where I do think it has to do with a little bit of adrenaline, but I also think that Tyreek Hill is getting towards the end of his career. And I also think there's probably a little bit of CTE there. I think it's almost impossible for him not to have some. So it could be a little bit of that. I also, I think the most likely thing is I think he knew it was going to be a season ender. And I think it was almost a happy I got the time that I did.
It could be. I mean, you don't know. It could be a bunch of things. He could be like, this season is a drag and it's really hard and we're not good. And
it sucks because
it's like,
you just got another receiver that's doing well.
And he was grinding and he's like, I'm done. I don't know. But anyway, it was a unique response. Go ahead.
Speaking of Dolphins, did you see the post game or maybe it was like a midweek interview with Tua the other week.
No,
Talking about, so he was talking about, he got asked about the concussions and CTE and stuff. And he was like, well, what my doctor said is your brain is like in water, basically. It's like in fluids. And so when you're eating like proteins and sugars and all this stuff, it kind of sucks away the water. So you got to eat a lot of carbs to keep the water. I was like,
that's a
bro,
guy. That's a guy that's been hit
guy's
too many times.
cooked. Yeah, basically he's like, you got to carb load so you don't get CTE.
Oh, so CTE is solved by Chipotle rice.
Yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot
I
of.
didn't realize that.
I guess you don't see a lot of like offensive linemen with CTE.
You would think.
You would think they would. They're just sitting there beating heads, but they don't.
Yeah. Well,
all they do is carb load.
Yeah.
These dudes are fat.
I feel like some rice after this. I'm gonna get some noodles.
Yeah, but he says he just like eats a lot of bread.
I think he looked and looked and looked until he found the right doctor to tell him the right thing.
Yeah.
That's probably what he did.
It's very possible. It's also probably
a sign of CTE.
I think he does have CTE. I think the longevity of his career will determine how severe it is.
Yeah, it's sad. It's scary. Okay, you said something to me that I want you to talk about the similarities in New York from the receivers, Neighbors and Odell. Go ahead. You share with me what you heard.
So as you probably all know, Malik Neighbors tore his ACL. I think he also tore his ACL, his MCL, his some sort of like anterior tendon.
Yeah, so he did.
He tore like 4 different tendons.
He did the Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, he did a number on it.
Yeah.
There's very weird similarities between his injury and Odell's injury. Down to they're both Giants, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they were playing the Colts. Was that who they were playing last week? Was the Colts?
I don't know.
Anyways, the teams that they both played in week 4 were the same. They both injured the same knee. They're also both receivers from LSU. They both are playing with quarterbacks who went to Ole Miss. And if you watch the playback of the videos, I'll send you an edit of the 2 clips put together so that you can show what it looks like. They're like mirror images of each other. The way that they're like holding their knee on the ground and the way they're getting carted off and like all the mannerisms they're doing, it's very, very weird.
Wow.
But I think it's just kind of like cool, but I don't know if it means anything per se. I doubt it means anything. But it does suck that Neighbors is out. I think that greatly hurts the Giants' chances of winning or being positive on the season. Scadaboo's good. He did fumble and lose the game for them today. So so good.
So he got hurt against the Chargers.
It was week 4 against the Chargers for both.
Yeah. So Jackson Dart threw him a deep pass.
Was. They were both like deep, like almost like just
eerie. Yeah. That's eerie stuff.
It's very, very weird. But yeah, Scadaboo, that kid. To pivot here, just I kind of want to talk about the Giants because I like the Giants' trajectory here. Scadaboo has the potential to be one of the best running backs.
I
in
love
the league.
Scadaboo. Yeah, he is.
His only problem, and I don't know if you watch a lot of his tape or watch a lot of his plays, that kid, without a doubt, every single time he touches the ball and he sees someone in front of him, he leads straight with his head.
He's an old school running back.
I think the kid's just a little slow is the word I will use. I think the kid
he's off.
Well, if you watch like him clips of him at like camp and stuff,
Yeah.
the kid's just screaming.
Yeah.
He's just always yelling and screaming, and everyone is looking at him like.
Don't you love watching him run though? The way it's so violent.
The kid runs like he hates not being touched.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
You see running backs where it's like they could go down and they'll actually turn towards you.
Yeah.
It's like I got to get one more hit in myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's got that whether it's a missing gene or an added gene, I don't know what it is, but
then Jackson Dart, I am very glad that they finally tanked Russell Wilson. That guy's
Russell's got to be done.
Russell should not have
Russell's got to be
job.
done at the end of this year. He's got to be done.
I hope for himself.
Yeah,
that he's out.
he has hurt himself.
I don't know if he could, like what Richard Sherman said, which I don't know if I even want to get into that, but Richard Sherman saying that he's played himself out of the Hall of Fame. I don't know if that was the best thing to hear from a former teammate.
Yeah.
A former Super Bowl teammate.
Yeah.
I think that was not smart.
No, that gets back to the jealousy,
Yeah.
rightfully so or not, between
Yeah.
Pete Carroll and the way Russell was treated and the money he got versus what Sherman got, even though Sherman was one of the highest paid cornerbacks.
Yeah, and then he left to go play for the 49ers.
I wish players would stay quiet about that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard for Richard Sherman to do that because he is an analyst.
Yeah.
Like it's his job now.
Yep.
But I don't think that should have been said or even suggested as a possibility. Because I don't like the fact that because if we're being honest, if Russell Wilson has played himself out of a Hall of Fame because he's lost so many games,
Yeah.
then that same rule applies to LeBron James. He's had such a long career and he's lost so many finals and playoffs, and he's playing himself out of.
You can't be defined by your failures.
Yeah.
You're defined by your successes.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, okay, I have a off the top question. Okay. If you could take two athletes, any sport, that they've hated each other or had conflict, that you would love to see sit at a table like this and work it out, who would those two athletes be? I'm going to tell you mine to give you a second to think, unless you know right off the bat.
I think I know what yours is.
Okay. Who do you think it is?
Is it Magic and Bird?
No.
Really?
No. They're actually friends now, which is ironic. It's same sport, though. It's Michael Jordan and Isaiah Thomas.
Oh.
There is a huge hatred, and
so funny.
And it all happened with the Bad Boys and the way they treated each other. And then Isaiah was clearly should have been on the dream team from a talent standpoint, but he was Michael's like, I'll play, but Isaiah's not playing. And think of how twisted. I'm not saying the story. The coach of the dream team was Chuck Daly, who is Isaiah's coach. So he had to go coach a team knowing Isaiah doesn't make it, and they hated each other. That was banana. I would love to see them come together. That's just me. It'd be cool because that has been a lifelong hatred. And if you hear Isaiah Thomas even today, who's the best player? He's one of the few that doesn't say Michael Jordan, but he's like, he'll mention, Bob, Frank, and Harry before Michael Jordan, because of the hatred. But who would you love to see come together?
That's a tough one.
It just made me think of that with Richard Sherman. Not that Richard Sherman they didn't have that massive hatred, but they definitely had disdain for each other. Jim Harbaugh and Richard Sherman, they didn't like each other.
Yeah. You could do like a Richard Sherman and Michael Crabtree.
Yes, those two.
Will you put a sorry receiver like Crabtree?
Yeah, that was a moment.
That's a great clip. I remember seeing that live. That was pretty cool. I don't know. It's tough. There's a lot of old deep rivalries that you're like, oh man. I think.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
I think I'd love to hear if people put it in the comments. Who would be two people you would love to come together and say, we're going to bury the hatchet. So they
I'm
did
just
this.
trying to think
They
of
did
people
this
that,
with
like,
Kobe and
genuinely
Shaq. So Kobe
hate
and
each other.
Shaq had a
Yeah.
moment. They had Magic and Isaiah had a moment. They were best friends, and they went on the air together
That's so funny.
and kind of
Isaiah's
buried the.
just mad that everyone's better than him.
Yeah. So they, but anyway, but Isaiah's had a few beefs with a few different people, but
I mean, he did play for
anyway,
Detroit, so.
and Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan have this weird relationship now. That's a unique
I think
one.
it's because I think it's more recent because people are realizing that Michael Jordan doesn't win all the rings without Scottie Pippen, and that
Like
wasn't a
Scottie
common-
Pippen was slighted.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and people are now realizing that, and now Michael Jordan's not liking that
Yeah.
because I will say I don't like Michael Jordan off the court. I
Hmm.
don't think he's a very good guy.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, oh, I'm the best, and if you disagree, then I don't like you.
Yeah.
And it's like, well,
All right.
okay,
I want to
you're
know.
old.
I'm
Dude.
gonna present a scenario that happened to me.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in Santa Barbara.
Okay.
It's our my wife and I's 5th year anniversary.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, he's a long time ago. So
Before my time.
We are at a resort that we do not belong in. My wife and I are not in this class.
Okay.
But it was a special thing,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I treated.
Totally.
We go there, and there's stars everywhere in this place.
Okay.
Chris Mullen, Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I saw him multiple times, sat in a hot tub with him. My wife's working out right next to him. We saw just him. We saw all these people.
Uh-huh.
Last day, we're sitting here just like you and I are.
Yeah.
And we're finishing our food
Mhm.
outside this place, and we're gonna go to the airport.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan comes walking up. He walks up by himself,
Yeah.
and he sits literally right here, like
Yeah.
5 feet from me. I said, he's by himself. I said to my wife, we should invite him to see if he'd eat with us. Now, the odds that he's going to say yes are obviously as low as probably you can get. But I said, what's it? She goes, he's not going to eat with us. And I said, let's just ask him. She goes, don't embarrass me. You're going to embarrass me. I know you. You're going to embarrass me. Don't embarrass me. And I said, let's just ask him. What's he going to say? No, he's not eating with us now. It's already a no if you
Yeah.
don't ask.
Exactly.
And she goes, we're done. She goes, what if he says yes? We have to go to the airport. I go, then we're the only people that can say they ditched Michael Jordan. I said, what a great story. Or you don't go to the airport because you're eating with Michael Jordan. You
Yeah.
take the next flight. Anyway, I never was able to do that. My wife told me no, to not embarrass her on any. So I want you to settle right now on the air. Who is right? Who is wrong in that?
I
Get
think,
in the way. Be our psychologist. Tell
yeah,
me,
Yeah.
should I
let
have
me just
done
do
it
some
anyway?
Little marriage counseling here.
Yes.
So I think based on what you're telling me, how this weekend was sort of a once in a lifetime thing,
It was.
and you're seeing all these famous people, and
Yes.
you're in a space that you're not
Normally.
normally in, and it's very much a like sort of fantasy vacation almost.
Yes.
1000% you have lunch with Michael Jordan.
Yes. Thank you.
And 1000% you miss your flight. You
Yes.
order more food to not look weird
Yes.
if you're already done eating.
Yes.
Like even if I didn't like Michael Jordan,
Yeah.
I'm still going to eat with Michael Jordan.
Why would you not? We're
It also would have been really funny if it wasn't Michael Jordan and you thought it
No.
was.
no.
And then you just have a picture with some random guy. That would be really funny.
Yes. So I did have a situation on a different note where I
Oh.
was at a Mariner game with my brother, and Sean Alexander came in,
Mm-hmm.
and we're again in seats that we don't belong. It's called the Diamond Club in the Mariners,
Yeah.
and it's all the wealthy people.
Oh yeah, I've been there before.
So we're eating this buffet, and before the game, and Sean Alexander's are eating by himself, and so I went up and I said, could I get an autograph? And he was really friendly. And he
Yeah,
said,
he's a
sure.
great guy.
He goes, yeah, I can get you an autograph. And I'm like, I have nothing to sign. So all I had was a baseball.
Yeah.
So I have him sign this baseball,
Yeah.
which he did. And then I go back and I had my brother take a picture of us. So I got a picture and we go look at our camera. This is now 15 years ago, so it's not the same digital cameras type of thing. We had digital camera, but it wasn't. And I look at the thing, and it's a blurry. My brother takes a blurry photo. So I have a blurry photo of me and Sean Alexander and a baseball, not a football, but a baseball signed by a football player, and you can't even read his signature. It's really poorly done. So I'm like, nobody's gonna believe that I have this. So I go back to him, and he was so gracious. He took another picture with me.
Really?
So I got a clear photo. I don't know where it is now, but I ended up getting a clear photo. I have it somewhere of Sean Alexander, but I thought, who's going to believe that a football player signed a baseball, you can't read his signature, and I got a blurry photo as my photograph?
I think a lot of people would believe you because it's Sean Alexander.
Because he was classy.
He was, but I'm saying more of people would believe that
because he would do
story
it.
Because... Well, no, because Sean Alexander isn't like Tom Brady, you know.
So
be like, oh, I have a baseball signed by Tom Brady.
So I'm gonna.
And I don't have a picture, but I have a baseball. It's like, no, you don't, dude.
Okay, so I have now another story, an opposite story. I got to share this one too. I'm at the same place because I went there a couple times in the Diamond Club, and I'm there with my wife and Aaliyah, who's my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. We are at a Yankees Mariners game. And I see Reggie Jackson. Okay. He's one of the greatest all-time baseball players of all time. My brother and I, we go up to him with our baseball. Yeah. Baseball player this time. Yeah. So we got the right sport. And I said, would you sign this baseball? And he's known to be a little obnoxious. And he goes, I don't do autographs. That's what he says. I don't do autographs. I'm like, crap. So we go out to our seats because this is like an exclusive area that's just for them, all of us to eat. And we go out to our seats, and we tell Aaliyah, my sister-in-law, and my wife, we saw Reggie Jackson. They even heard of Reggie Jackson, and he wouldn't do autographs. And they go, let us try. And I'm like, whatever. And they just have this little smirk on their face. They walk out. They go right up to Reggie Jackson, ask him, will you sign my ball? What do you think he said? Yeah. He signed it, and they came back with a big grin on their face. He got over his I don't sign autographs for two young ladies. Now it's like 15, now maybe 20 years ago now. So anyway.
I would do the same.
So that's two different types of people. Sean Alexander, Reggie Jackson. Yeah. So he obviously doesn't sign autographs for, loser
Weebs.
Guys.
Yeah.
All right. We are in baseball. We'll finish with this.
Okay.
We're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay. We got to go to my son and I and family. We got to go watch the Mariners' final game.
Yep.
We were hoping to see Cal Raleigh get his 61st Ty Roger Maris home run.
Big number.
We're barely in fair territory. I did everything I could to try to catch this ball.
Yeah.
I hope to get one. My question for you, because we asked this before on the air, if you were to get the 61st home run ball from Cal Raleigh, the highest the catcher's ever got was 48. Okay, he's 61, and they come up to you and they say, sir, Cal Raleigh would really like that ball.
Yeah.
What would you do?
I'd sell it.
Okay, and
because I have no desire to have anything from Mariners, and to be honest, if I'm being so honest, the way that baseball's going, 61 is not going to be as much in 20 years.
So
I feel like these records are going to be broken.
So you're selling high.
Right now, it's worth a lot of money.
Yep.
And Seattle's going to give me, I don't know, whatever number I asked for, pretty much.
Yeah. So it'd be ABC later, and
I'm selling the ball. Yeah. What? I'm not holding on to that thing. It's not even signed.
Would you ask for anything?
Who's going to believe that?
Would you ask for anything? Like besides money, would you say, give me some Mariner tickets too, or a signed bat, or
I would ask for. No, I wouldn't ask for that.
That's good. That was good. Cameron edited himself. We didn't need Drew to edit. That was good.
I was.
No, it's okay. Keep the edit.
I would say. I don't know. Maybe I would ask to be the official, the new official national anthem singer for the Mariners.
Oh,
just have a job now.
You're the
Like a
guy.
big job. Like I'm the guy. You
So
know?
I would one
be
of the
cool.
one of the things I would do in
Yeah.
addition to
And then I
anything,
get to be at every game anyway.
I would ask to have him on a podcast. I'd love to interview him.
Yeah. Who? Cal Riley?
Yeah, I would love to.
Nice.
I'd love to interview.
I feel like
an
Big
athlete.
Dumper's not a very exciting person.
Okay, then I asked the Mariners, say,
And you'd have to get an extra large seat.
what if you said, okay, I want to interview somebody, but you got to get former King Griffey Jr. We don't care
No,
about.
I don't want Ken Griffey Jr.
You wouldn't want to interview him?
No, I want Ichiro.
Ichiro.
Ichiro was my
Okay.
guy.
Okay, so he'd be your favorite Mariner.
Oh, absolutely, by
Okay.
far.
Okay.
Ichiro.
So hey, thank you. This Cal Raleigh means so much to me.
Yeah.
I would like to interview Ichiro.
Yeah, exactly. And that's gonna be such a fun interview.
Okay.
That'll be
All right.
really fun. I need an interpreter and all.
All right. Baseball. We've got Detroit's got one win over the Mariners in an
Yeah.
extra innings. Who's going to win that series? Just give me a rapid fire of who do you think's going to win the series. Detroit's up 1-0.
Mariners are gonna pull it out somehow.
Mariners. Okay. Dodgers have one win over the Phillies right now.
Dodgers.
That's okay. We're kind of going back and forth, which between divisions. Back to the American League. Blue Jays have one win over the Yankees.
Yankees.
Yankees are coming back. So you have two teams coming back.
Yeah.
Brewers one game over the Cubs.
Brewers.
Brewers. All right. Okay, so you have the Brewers, you have the Yankees, you have the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So in the National League, you have the Dodgers versus the Brewers.
Yeah.
Who do you have going to the World Series?
Dodgers.
Dodgers. Okay. American League, you have the Mariners versus the Blue Jays. Mariners have never made it to a World Series in my lifetime.
And
as you established
definitely not
early-
made it in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Because his was like 3 times.
Yes, I'm up there.
I'm gonna throw a hopeful bone out there and say the Mariners. I don't
Mariners.
think they actually make it. But
Okay, okay, that's all right.
I
all
could
right.
care less about who makes it to the World Series because it's not my team.
So we got to see a really cool last game where you're hoping for Raleigh. You got Otani got his 56th home run
yeah,
in that
was pretty
game,
Cool.
and then we got to see Kershaw, one of the best left-handers of all time, pitch his last game,
Yep.
and he spanked the Mariners
Yeah.
in that. So that was cool. So the Dodgers, you got the Dodgers winning it all.
I think it's gonna be tough to beat the Dodgers.
Yeah, they're pretty solid. All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see what goes on coming up next week. Cameron, it is great to have you back. I know your schedule is hit and miss, and so
It is, yeah.
we'll have you here occasionally. Thank you, and we'll look forward to coming back, and we'll see who actually prevails in 3 or 4 weeks. That those top 6 teams that we just mentioned could be totally different,
Yeah.
and it typically usually is.
Yep.
So, all right. We'll see you next week.